Hey, everybody, this is John Fisher, Double Diamond with It Works. I've got on the line tonight for our Transformer call, Cory Lambert, Presidential Diamond, guy in the business, right? Josh Kaiser, double, almost triple diamond, another guy who works his business. We've got a newly rewired man on the call. His name is John McLeod, and he's really good friends with me and Cory, and he's going to talk to us tonight, too, about what that means. So, without further ado, let me kick it over to my guys. Josh, Cory, John, you guys have a good call, and I'm going to be sitting right here listening. I might poke in for a question here and there, but it's all you.
All right, man. Hey, we can probably go ahead and get started here. John, you already recording?
I am. Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay, cool. Hey, so, you came up with this idea for Man Week, and I think it's awesome, dude. And tonight you named tonight Transformer Night, which is super cool and kind of near and dear to me, dude, just because, a year ago this time exactly, we were prepping to go to conference, and I was, definitely not all in, as you can see. I wasn't on board. I really wanted nothing to do with the business. I was more concerned about the amount of money that my wife was spending to make a business happen than I was to actually even care to find out what this business had to offer. So, I did the thing. I filled a box. I signed the line, and I got in. I got in on the team because she needed me to fill a square. So that's what I did, and I was making a paycheck every month. I was doing whatever it is she needed me to do. And at the time of the conference, I had reached executive. Didn't even really know what executive is. I just know I showed up to conference and got an executive neckband, and I didn't understand any of it. So moving forward, we had gotten to conference, and I was very closed-doored about all of it. My sister lived in Tampa, Florida, so for me it was I was coming to Tampa to hang out and spend time with my family. That's the only reason I was diving deep into this thing. So got out there, and we started getting to the conference and going through, and I started listening to stories and day-to-day folk, and I started relating a lot with these guys, and it was crazy to me to see how real normal people that put their pants on one leg at a time are successful in this business in such a short amount of time if they actually really put their time into it and work it, and didn't even ask for a lot. I've seen people that were even working other jobs, and they were diving into this thing, and they were making a lot of cash, man. And so I'm watching this, and I'm seeing how other testimonies about how people are getting healthier and feeling better about themselves and losing all sorts of weight, just doing all sorts of stuff, dude. It was really crazy to me. So I started opening up a lot more and realizing that this didn't take any special college degree, any kind of special certificate, nothing, dude. You just had to be willing to kind of go all in and give it all you got, and really work it as a team. If you're married and by yourself, you're going to have to just you got to put the miles in, dude, So we did all this stuff, and I developed, I met you and Ashley and all sorts of people, Cory and Skylar and everybody out here at conference, and there were so many takeaways for me. I had such a humbling, good experience at conference that it really, at that point, something changed inside of me, where I was no longer the guy that didn't know what executive was, but I was the guy that was going to learn what executive was, and I was ready to move forward and make this business my career. I was ready to make it something that I'm passionate about, and I dived after. So, me and Andrea had gotten back from conference, and we were driving home from the airport, and we looked at each other, and I just told her, I was like, look, you ready to go all in on this? And, we put our hands in the middle, and I said, look, we got to dive after this thing, man, because right now at the time, you got everybody getting their tax refunds, and you got everybody ready to change the way they look. You got everybody ready to dive in on their New Year's resolutions, all these things. I said, we're going to go after this thing. She was a Ruby. I was executive. We came home. We had 2 others on our team that were from the same town as us that were all in from conference as well. We came home. We did a lot of networking, paralleling, and we decided we were doing it. And that's exactly what we did. And then we moved forward, and it went from, holy smokes, in January, 50 people a month was a big deal to sign up. And, dude, we were signing 400, 500, 600 people a month, man. And I had no idea how it was even happening. And we weren't doing it all by ourselves. It's capital T-E-A-M that was making it happen. And that was really the part that I loved about it. There was just so many, you work together. I mean, there's so much more to this business than just making a paycheck. I mean, you're developing, yourself as a person. You know, if you're married, I mean, it's going to make you parallel and work better with your wife. It's just going to teach you so much more than just making a paycheck. The paycheck's there. Don't get me wrong, it's sexy, man. It looks good, and as you go higher in rank, it even looks better. But, there's so much going on with this business and so many takeaways if you go all in with this business that you are just going to become way better. It's the whole person concept. It just does something for you. It's in 1 year, I can't, like I said, I went to a conference executive. This year I'll go to conferences Double Diamond. I definitely am proud of that. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of all the things that we've done to make that happen. And I know anybody can do it. The average Joe, the guy there's nothing other than just putting your time and your effort into making it something real. You got to make it real. You got to see it and go after it. And if you can dream it and see it, then you can feel it and touch it. And as long as you can do all those things come together, I'm telling you, man, there's no end in sight with this business. So,
man, I love it, man. I love where you're going with that. I'll tell you what, you're talking about the difference a year makes, and I swear that was kind of what really put Ashley and I on the move. I'm sorry to jump in. That was what really put Ashley and I on the move, was that I said, give me a year. Give me a year. And, man, a year can change everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, I'm about to get bombarded by a 7-year-old. We're a working family. So hold on. I'm gonna put it back to you, Josh.
Oh, no, you're not cutting me off, but I appreciate the conversation. Yeah, you're right, dude. Anything can happen in a year, man. I mean, a year can change your life. I know, a year ago, I never fathomed the things that have happened in my life in a year, from last conference to this conference, my life is completely different, dude. It's completely different. It's mind-boggling to me. And me and Andrea look at each other every night. It's like we're blessed 110% over again, man. And we try to we pay that forward as much as we possibly can, and love on our team and everyone around us, just because bless others and be blessed. And I feel like that's a true concept, dude. And the relationships that are taken away from this, like I've got friends, in the military, we say you meet friends in the military that you'll have for the rest of your life. You go away, you come back, and you don't know any of those people from your hometown anymore because you have nothing in common with them. The friends I met in It Works, dude, I feel like that I'll have for the rest of my life. I can call any of you guys and have casual conversation about whatever, dude, and I feel okay about that. That's the relationships I've developed in a year. It takes a lifetime to develop relationships that I've created in 1 year with the guys in It Works. So I just feel like, for all the new guys listening in and whatnot, definitely, without a doubt, you got to have an open mind, man. You got to go in and, you're more than the dishwasher. That's a great thing to have. We got to have dishwashers too in the house, man, but you got to dive in on all angles, meaning, get involved social network-wide. Get involved as much as you possibly can working the business. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to do what you never thought you were going to do before, and you got to go up and you got to have casual conversation with folks. Believe it or not, most of the time it's very receptive, and people like that. They love that. They love that casual conversation. and it's not perceived as pushy or you're trying to just be that guy on the car lot when you walk out to get your car and they come running out after you. You're not like that, dude. You're sharing something with somebody to help them either in a business aspect or a getting healthy aspect. So either way, dude, I'm grateful for what has taken place for me and my wife and my family and my team, and I'm also I'm also excited to see what's going to come in the new year, because 2015 is going to be the boom, man. It's going to be nuts. I can't believe what happened in 14, and I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen in 15. So, I can sit and talk all night. So let's turn it back over to you, man, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Josh. Thanks again, man. I got to tell you, you are one cool cat, and anybody that gets a chance to come down to conference this year, you got to look for Josh Kaiser. I found him somewhere in the middle of a cruise boat, and then we ended up spending the whole week together. It was really, really awesome. The brotherhood that you guys will find down there and makes all the difference in the world. So that's why we're doing this Man Week. Think of it like a big retreat and just a way to connect with the other dudes and see how things are on the other side, all right? It's not all just, hey, I do this and you do that. So, and my 2-year-old is telling me she wants 2 pieces of gum at the same time. Thanks, sis. So, hey, I've got Cory on the line. Cory Lambert is a presidential diamond. Sorry about the yelling, guys. Cory Lambert is a presidential diamond, and he brought on another one of our friends, John McLeod, right? So, Cory, let me hand it over to you real quick. Tell us a quick story about what transformation means to you, what it is to transform in this business, and maybe what it means to be a robot if you're that kind of transformer guy. And then why don't you take it on to John from there, okay?
Sounds good, John. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, brother.
Well, start off, I was normal. I went to college. I had a career. I worked on cars at a dealership for a living. I supported our family with that for 5-6 years. We lived paycheck to paycheck. I thought that was normal for mid-20s. You go to work every day and you bust your butt all day, and you come home, you're tired, and you wake up the next day and you do it all over again. That was my normal. That was what I was. I felt like I was raised to do that. But then, my wife, Skylar, she comes home and one day and is like, I want to do this rap thing, and I'm like, how much does it cost? I really wasn't into it. But speed things up a little bit, she got started. Next thing I know, she's like wanting to drag me along to a conference. And I'm thinking a business conference. It's like you get some suit and tie guys up there. You get these guys up there that tell you everything that that they think that you want to hear. Well, I got to conference, and it was the exact opposite. It was like a big family party. You just happen not to know everybody yet. It was like just intense. You felt a vibe. You felt a lot of energy as soon as you walked in the building. You didn't have to be in the conference yet when it first started. You're standing in line, watching all these people wait in line to get in the conference, and then it's like a big energy overwhelms you. It's crazy. I mean, I can't explain it to that. I would just say just to get there, by all means. I sold a car to get there. I mean, that's how important it was to my wife, and I really wasn't on board at the time of first conference. I was signed up, and I didn't even know what rank I was. I was just, going with the flow. I was like, okay, a vacation, we get there, it's amazing. Stories, like Josh was saying, they hit home. I was like, these guys live paycheck to paycheck too. It seems so simple to me. And then we get out of conference, and I still wasn't all in. Skylar bought me a couple T-shirts from the store, and they kind of just sat in my closet for several months, you know, and then the business started exploding, and I was watching from, you know, kind of like that guy on the couch. I was sitting there watching the business explode. I was doing the dishes, I was doing the laundry, and that's kind of what I told everybody. I was like, oh, I'm just the guy that takes care of the kids and does the laundry and does the dishes. That's my part. Well, the story changed for me. This past year, I quit my job. I walked in on a Friday, no 2-week notice, you know, no nothing. I just walked in. I said, today's my last day. I'm leaving at like 3 o'clock. You know, my boss was looking at me, and he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, I'm all in, man. I'm going after the business. I'm following Skylar. I want to be home with my kids. I want to be, you know, when she goes to Starbucks at 9 o'clock every morning and go get something to drink, I want to go get Starbucks at 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, but she wakes up at 9. I was waking up at 6:50 to drive an hour and a half to go to work every day. And now I brought my toolbox home, and I can still work on cars because I have time. I mean, I own my own time. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but it's when you don't have to get up for any other reason but yourself every day. It's like a permanent Saturday. Every day is Saturday. And then I got all in, and I met great people. I met some of the best friends I never thought I would have. You know, some of these friends are closer than the friends I've had for 15, 20 years. So it wasn't until I probably got the comment and the paycheck where I really started seeing how extreme the capabilities of the business were. And once that happened, I was like, you know, go get it. You know, let's go get it. This is us. This is what we're here for. We're here to help people. We're here to, you know, I can do whatever I want, and it's awesome. It's amazing. And to watch Skylar be proud of something is just amazing to me. I mean, she's so proud of it, and I'm proud of it with her. I'm proud of what she's done. And I'm proud of all my guy friends that I've met through their works on what they do. I mean, it's so happy for me to watch my sidelines hit diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, and even the people on my team hitting double, triple. You know, even the guys hitting executive, and seeing how exciting they are when they hit that rank, that first promotion. It's exciting to me because it's like, you know, I'm welcoming you. I'm hoping that we meet and we hang out and we become as close as friends as all these other guys on this call, and there's several other out there that I've met and are just great people. And I think that's the best part about it. That's my wow. That's my moment that I've waited for my whole life, is to be proud of something and meet other people that are just so proud of it too. It's like it's unreal. I mean, I can't imagine it being any other way now. I mean, I wake up and get my kids dressed, I take them to school, they don't have to ride a bus. You know, it's my norm now. This is my normal. This is what it's like to be in your mid-20s. This is what it's supposed to be like. Not living paycheck to paycheck, not overhead and bills, not foreclosure notices on your home when you've just bought it, and the tow truck guy trying to get my car. I mean, I went through a lot before this business came into play. Now, you know, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. And the best part about it is there's no cap. There's no cap on our income. You just keep making it. And you know, to be retired, we call it rewired. It's like another form of retirement. But I really didn't retire from working. I still work the business. I work on cars and four-wheelers and dirt bikes, and it's just amazing how great everything becomes when you own your own time. So, that being said, I'm going to flip this over to a great friend. He's a fresh rewire. This guy, he's an awesome dude, and he's coming to conference, and we're going to have a blast, and I can't wait for my other friends in Networks to meet him. I've been telling them all about him and how cool he is, and he's a real stand-up guy. He's done a lot more than most men would. So I'm going to switch it over to you, John McLeod, and I want you to tell your story and how how awesome it has been for you.
Hey, well, thanks, Cory. I'm really happy to be here and really happy to kind of explain how I came into this. I was pretty much like most of you guys. Megan came to me, and she was all excited about this It Works company that I'd never heard about. And she, gave me the whole spiel, and my first question, of course, was, how much does it cost? And I still wasn't too supportive, even after she started doing it. And, she kept moving up, and I was that guy that just didn't want anything to do with it. I was, watching her move up consistently, but I still think it took me around 3 or 4 months before I even said you can tag me and stuff, because I just was embarrassed. And I didn't really have any reason to be embarrassed. But for some reason in my mind, it was something that guys didn't do. And, it's just, you need to get out of that mind state. It's not for just women. We have all kinds of products, all kinds of stuff for guys. It's a great company. And I wasn't real supportive. When she promoted, I was happy for her, but I wasn't nearly as happy as I should have been. And I just wonder now, what if I would have taken the 30 seconds a day to make a post while I was at work? How much farther would we be right now if I had really jumped in from the beginning instead of making her do all of this work before I actually said, okay, I'm going to jump on board, I'm going to give it my all, and we're going to rock this out. And, that's what we're doing now. And it feels so good to be able to work alongside Megan every day and to be able to talk about the business together and get excited when one of us signs somebody and own our own time, go to the park when we want with Wyatt and get to spend all my time with my family. And I would say that the biggest thing for me was the support. It took me a long time to really come around. And I think the best advice I would have to give somebody is to immediately when they sign up, give them that support, because they need it. They're going to push hard if you support them. Luckily, Megan was strong enough to take my negativity and use it as drive to prove me wrong, which thank God she did, because my life right now is just crazy. I never thought it would be this. It's just nuts. It blows my mind every day still. I mean, on a Wednesday when I'm watching TV with my son, I'm like, how am I doing this? How are we doing this? But, we're doing it. We're out here making it happen. We're blitzing. We're talking. I'm getting more of my friends are coming along and finally starting to come around and see that it's not just for women. And, it's really just about staying positive and staying excited and being a product of the product, That's really the main thing, I think, is to promote your product by using it, believe in it. It took me a while to get there, but I finally sat down and I looked at all our products and I looked at our results and I read everything and, I got into it before I ever even left my job. I never planned on leaving my job. But once I looked into it and saw the results and realized that the products really do work, the company's called It Works, but I didn't figure out that they worked until probably 4 months in. And now I'm getting my friends signed up, and I'm seeing them make the extra cash to help their family out so they can go do extra things and have fun and go on family trips. And that really makes me feel good to see me help one of my personal friends succeed or anybody on my team succeed. I really think that it's just about being supportive in the beginning and then, jumping in like everyone's saying. Don't hesitate like I did, because I feel like if I would have jumped in from the get-go, we'd be twice as far as we are now. So if your wife or your girlfriend is in it right now and you're kind of just that guy that doesn't post, doesn't let her tag, doesn't really support too much, is kind of happy but not nearly as excited as you should be, as excited as she is when she promotes, you need to really get in there and, give it your all. And it's just going to pay off in the end. It's going to change your life. It's so mind-boggling that this is even possible, because I did not think it was possible. And the only reason I ever retired was because I worked my butt off for a year, and my company promised me a raise for a whole year, and they handed me a paper that said about $1 less than what they promised to give me. And it was at that point, after I had sat down and looked at the charts and realized these were attainable goals, that I said, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to work my butt off for a whole year straight and hope that I get this raise. I'm going to put all my effort into this company, because I can see these goals, and they're attainable goals, and I know if I work hard enough, I'm going to get this. I'm not just going to hope that I get it. So that's really my biggest thing, is to support from the beginning. You know, don't wait till they start making a bunch of money before you start supporting. Support from the beginning. Post. It only takes 30 seconds. You can do it at work, and it'll just help her out so much. And if she knows you're in it with her, it's only going to put that fire underneath her. So that's really pretty much about all I got to say about that. I'm super excited for conference, though. We never got a chance to we haven't been in the company long enough, so this will be our first one. And everyone says it's life-changing, and I'm so pumped to go to it. I cannot wait. I've already got everything set up.
Hey, that is so awesome. And you know what? I'm so glad that Cory introduced us and that we got to meet. Man, I remember the first time we met, just sitting and talking for like hours about this whole deal. And I think that was like right when you were starting to come on board with everything. And I'm so glad that you're just like wholeheartedly a part of the family now. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's great. It's awesome.
It's mind-boggling. It really is.
Yeah. So we've heard 3 different perspectives on everything tonight. You know, whether it was I went to an event, you know, I signed up, I'm helping my wife out, and I went to this event, and that thing blew my mind. To, hey, I realized that through this business, I can be at home every day with my kids and be getting Starbucks at 9 in the morning, to I didn't support it until I saw it work myself. And it took me a little while, but I saw it finally, and I moved into it. And you wish you would have gotten involved sooner. So that's who we're talking to tonight, guys. How is this going to transform your life? What's going to make a difference? And what is it that you can do right now that makes even the smallest difference? Because that butterfly effect is going to carry through over time and make a great impact, just like John said. You know, take 30 seconds a day to show whoever that you support them by making that post yourself. Guys, if you're doing this on your own, make yourself a goal, make yourself a challenge, and do it. Just go out there and work it. You're going to do fantastic. Hey, tomorrow night, it's going to be our Saturday night service call. Myself and Josh Parker are going to be on the call tomorrow night talking about how you can be of service to others, how this business and this lifestyle is about service. And, you know, for those of us who are the guy on the couch, how you can be of service to your spouse maybe, and even if that does mean just being the guy who does the dishes, because that's important too. So we all take steps to get to where we are, and we've heard from 3 guys tonight who've done an awesome job of transforming and making this their own. So everybody, thank you so much for being on the call tonight. We're going to go on and cut out of here, and I will post this call in about an hour, 2 hours, whenever I get everything done. So tune in tomorrow night. We're going to have the same call time, 9 o'clock Eastern, on the same number, and we'll be posting about it tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.